So the general requirements that I gave you for providing a definition, incorporating definition, the definition that you actually find in your argument construction, what I said about that generally when I was going over item 1 and the need to define the words free will, those general requirements also apply to how to the definitions that you find for truth and proof, how you incorporate them, and what I said about what the function is of a definition for a fundamental and powerful concept in your argument. So I'm not going to repeat that here because you guys already have the information. If for some reason you think, hey, maybe I need to listen to that video, that's the third video for item 1, go back and listen to it because 90% of what I say applies to the expectation that you will define truth and proof. So each definition will itself consist of a sentence that will comprise one of the expected statements in your argument. Even if you're doing these, you have to offer a definition for both of these words. So where you put it in here is going to be up to you, but think about where is the best place to put it. So you still have to, if you're doing this option, you still meet all of these requirements, or this option, you still meet all of these requirements, but you have to also tell me, how are you thinking about, how have you defined the word, what definition of truth are you using, what definition of proof are you using in coming to the conclusion that it's not rational for you to take or declare a definite position. Now, please, I cannot implore you enough how important it is for you to make sure that the definition you find, the way you use it, the way you incorporate it, is aligned with what I said generally about using a definition and defining a word when it came to item 1. Okay, it's just that the words are different, but the expectations are the same. Okay, so one last thing in terms of the content, I said, do you think it's possible to prove which of the conflicting claims about wearing a mask are true? Your definition or your ability to declare, make up your mind, take a definite position is in part a function of your concept and how you're defining truth and proof. That's why I'm having you add that as supporting statements for your conclusion. So when I say it's possible, if you don't think it's possible at all, then you can say that. You say, I don't think it's possible to prove, with absolute, 100% that any of the claims are true. But then in addition to giving me the definitions for these words as part of your support, you're still going to need to include statements that tie your definitions to your conclusion. Why is it not possible to offer proof or enough proof or the kind of proof necessary? How is this connected to showing the truth of something if you can't do that? Or if you think it is possible to show which of the conflicting claims are true, then again, you're going to say, well, this is the definition I'm using for proof and the definition I'm using for truth, and this is why I do think, so you still add some statements in support of your conclusion. But like I said, you still do that here as well. And notice that I said, do you think it's possible to prove that which conflicting claims are true? All right. Oh, and by the way, I forgot. Remember, so in this one, it says wearing masks are true for that position. Don't worry about the word false. Okay, in your version, you don't have the word false. I don't want you to have to think about the word or concept of false, what it means for something to be false, which is basically the opposite of true. I just want you to focus on the word true. And then I'm not saying prove to me necessarily. I'm not saying, okay, go ahead and give me a bunch of statements that you think are true. The question is more general. Do you think it's possible to show or to prove that any conflicting claims about wearing the mask and slowing down the spread are true?